What's happening, everybody? It's the one and only D-0 back here on a recently, like a month ago, released game, Diablo Immortal. This game is a mass multiplayer online game. It's a fighting game, an action role-playing game, and an adventure game. In short, this is an MMORPG game. Today's video is just going to be basically the basics of this game on how to make it. Of course, I would not suggest you're paying because there is countless videos of people overspending on this game. I would suggest if you're going to play this game, please be free to play. Also, this game is quite large. This game is 15 gigabytes. 4 gigabytes to download and install, and as well as 11 gigabytes in-game downloads. This game is made by Activision Blizzard, so I would suggest that you make an Activision Blizzard account for this thing, and I would not suggest playing as guest because of course you can lose process or change phones, and then what happens, or everything's gone. Without further ado, let's jump into today's video on the basics of Diablo Immortal, some tips and tricks for everyone. First up on the list we have characters. Of course, selecting your character is a big role. Under the characters we have barbarians, wizards, demon hunters, monks, crusaders, and of course necromancers. The characters are scaled into two classes, melee and ranged. Melee for close combat and range for far combat. Keep in mind of which character you choose because each character has its own benefits. Up next on our video we have character customization. Over here you have 3 character templates and as well as 4 gear previews for each character. If you press next, this is where you go on to basically name your character, but we're gonna move back and customize our character. Everything in character customization has a variety of stuff in which you can choose from. Up first, of course, was your skin tones in which you can choose from. Over here we have our hairstyles in which you can choose from, as well as you can color any of your hair into any color on this game, as well as your eyes. You can adjust the brightness and the length and as well as the tone of your hair. You can also choose to be clean shaved. You can adjust your lightness and your transparency intensity. I generally do not like to adjust these type of settings, but over here you can adjust your face from your forehead all the way down to your chin, as well as you can adjust your eyebrows, as well as your eyes, your nose and your mouth. If you're looking for a particular look, I would suggest that you go into this. Over here we have eye makeup. Personally, I would not put on any mascara for myself. As well as you have a color wheel for you to customize this as well. Next up we have my favorite part about this. We have face makeup and of course battle scars. I would suggest that you go with black and not white so that your battle scar of course stands out. Over here you will see me try to use the color purple, but you will see that it doesn't really stand out or look anything close to appealing. Over here you can choose the thickness and the thinness of how you basically want your eyebrows to look. And up here we have a variety basically of eyeballs in which you can choose from, as well as your size of your eyeball and of course the color. As for the clothing your player wears, you can't really customize this. You basically only have a face customization. And default set everything right under everything. Left right here is a video preview of your character.
Across the forest, I assume?
Aye. Follow the road and be on your guard. Unfortunate things happen to travelers in that forest.
I believe in preparation, not fortune. But thank you. I will keep my eyes open.
As you can see over here, you have a 2-finger HUD. On your left hand side is basically the movement key as usual, and on your right hand side is basically your attack key, which is basically majority of games. Remember to follow the footsteps so you know in which way to go.
What fate has befallen Wortham?
The footsteps will help you with each mission. They work as a navigation basically.
Lives consumed by darkness.
Remember that your normal attack will never run out, and as well as you can spam it, but I prefer to shoot it one by one. This way I can move and shoot. And then you can acquire special moves. Of course, each character's special moves will change, but of course each special move has its properties. To keep in mind that these special moves will have countdowns on them, so use them wisely. After you complete the tutorial of this game, you'll be able to play with your friends. You will have to basically just complete this tutorial, which will get you to level 10. Remember, if you are using a ranged character, to keep your distance when fighting. For that, in the start it will be easy to level up, and as you level up it will be harder. Of course, it does double basically in levels. Over here you basically see me face like what you can basically call like a boss, I guess. Not really. Different bosses have a different amount of lives, basically you could say. You will be able to see the boss's full HP. Generally, when you run into a boss, you're going to first smaller troops around it. Remember that you have to pick up all rewards that chests or bosses drop. We have equipment. You can equip 12 pieces of gear, and later on you will get better gear in which you can equip special gems on. Over here we have our cosmetics. As you can see, these are my looks currently that I have for this character, as well as these are the weapons that I could get for my character, and currently this is the only portal I have. These are quests that I need to complete in order to get these. As you can see, currently I don't have gems, but I do have a resurrection stone in case I die. I think everyone has one when they start. Over here we see the specials, which I basically spoke about, which is basically called skills. You can only have 4 skills equipped at a time, and as you level up your skills will advance. Remember to choose your 4 skills wisely.
Bring the offering. The gift of blood shall open our Lord's path.
To always check your top right corner
I
bag.
received word that Wortham had been attacked. The mayor requisitioned aid. What can I do to help?
The mayor? Akarat bless that man's soul. Those cultists you just carved through attacked the town and dragged our people towards the caves in the west. You here to aid us? Then help my men kill those bastards and bring back anyone who lives. Go. Please, hurry. We'll guard the gates with our lives. I promise you.
This bag will basically glow or show you whenever you have better gear to equip, or above it your 3 lines will basically show you when you have new skills. See here, my bag is glowing and saying tap to open inventory. This is because I have better gear. You can see here it also shows your currency when you do go into your bag. If you are worried about what gear to upgrade, you don't have to worry too much because you are able to transfer your points from one gear to another. Remember to keep in mind that legendary gems will of course give a huge boost to any of your gear, but it's only possible to gain one legendary gem of each type. It's also very hard to obtain a legendary gem. Over in your top right, you will be able to see on your map basically in what area you are in. If you do not want to do a special move, you are welcome to press on it and drag it up to the X on the top right. On your map as well, it will show you a trail in which you can follow instead of just following the footsteps as well. Remember that some gear will have better stats in certain things, so keep in mind of each gear stats. In my personal experience, I think it would be better when fighting to stun and push back players. This way it will be easier for you to deal with a lot of your opponents. Over here you see potion to restore life. This potion to restore life regenerates over a few seconds at a time, so it has an unlimited use within a certain amount of time, so don't get too greedy with it. The screen will flash red when you get too much damage and your life is low. This is a key indicator to go back and heal. If you didn't notice this until now, on your top left of course shows your progress. On your right over here you get your ultimate skill. Your ultimate skill, if you look around, your basic attack lasts for a few seconds, but it will boost your basic attack and it will restore when the bar around your basic attack refills, which it basically shows you here. Keep in mind when walking around the map, if you encounter other players and you see a chest, it is also possible for those players to take the treasure chest away from you, so first come. Remember to keep in mind, if you and your friend are at the same point in your campaign, you are able to do your campaign together. Of course, I'm not too sure what the limit is. I did do this co-op. Over here's a clip and replay of my first campaign boss fight. Remember to keep in mind, whenever you do knock one of the boss's lives down to 0 HP, you will see him drop health potions.
Potential becomes real.
Next up we have our dungeons. Dungeons can be done from up to one player all the way to a squad. Whereas when you are in game, you can go up to 8 players. In Diablo Immortal we have what is called warbands. These are basically your clans for the game. Warbands can only have up to 8 members max. With basically 8 players, you can go on raids together as well as warband camps. Remember to select the same server as your friend, because if you do not select the same server, you will have to restart your leveling, or he will have to, or she will have to restart their leveling. And as it is an MMORPG, it of course has PvP. I personally am not a fan of PvP, so I personally do not play this. But if you're down to prove that you're better than your friend, you know, you can always 1v1. There will be several bosses for you to face within the dungeon. Pay attention to the treasure chests that will be on the side. Once you reach level 60, you are able to change the difficulty. Changing all the way from Hull 1 all the way to Hull 4. Playing with friends will also increase the difficulty of the game, meaning better loot and more experience points. I would suggest when playing with friends that each of you select different character classes. So I would suggest that 1B for close combat and 1B for melee. There will be certain dungeons that you will run into that will have a speed limit, or basically a time limit. Running through this time limit of course will get you motivated. When playing with a friend, you and his combos combine. So if your friend gets a 20 hit combo and you also get 20, it will combine to 40. The bottom left of your screen will display your time, your battery, and as well as your signal. Keep in mind that this game does indeed have a world chat, but technically since it's a server, it's going to be a server chat. Keep in mind when adding other players, you will need to add the Activision Blizzard account with the code as well besides the name. Before going into any server, the game will provide you with all servers in which your friends are in. Remember to keep in mind after defeating a dungeon, there will always be a time limit in which you need to complete to leave the dungeon. Remember to also always empty your bags before going into a dungeon, because you don't want to be dropping materials. Your time limit on your kill streak does not depend on you killing an opponent, but rather just hitting your shots. Remember to also keep your ultimate skills for the boss fights ahead. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon.